Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Proulx, and you're watching White Mountains TV. We're joined virtually via Zoom meeting by Robin Sherman. She's the curator and museum manager at Castle in the Clouds in Moultonborough, New Hampshire. Thanks for joining us online today, Robin.
Thanks for having me.
And when we're recording this, it's kind of a gray, drizzly day out. We're stuck inside the house, and some of us want to get out, maybe explore some of New Hampshire's cultural heritage, but we can't do that in person. You have some ways we can do that virtually at Castle in the Clouds. Tell us about some of those options.
Yeah, we love to be able to share the history of the Lucknow estate at Castle in the Clouds, and we are hoping that sooner rather than later we're going to be able to invite people back on property. But in the meantime, we have been expanding our virtual library on our website, which is just a variety of materials that people can sort through. We have a video tour of the castle itself. So if you've never been up to the castle, or even if you have, you might learn something new about the mansion. We have a variety of hands-on materials, some that are educational. We tried to put together some history, some science, some art, try and really bring in a lot of aspects of the property. With these different activities that can be enjoyed by kids or adults. We have coloring pages if you're just looking for a distraction or a way to keep your kids occupied for a little while. And we are working to expand a collection of short videos about the castle's collection of artifacts, as well as more about the history of the property. Some of the behind the scenes stories that we might not be able to share with every visitor that comes through our doors on a daily basis.
I went through briefly through the website. It's castleintheclouds.org, I believe, right? And toured, and that was, yeah, you had a great variety, everything from history to, like you said, you had the coloring pages that kids or adults could do if they were so inclined. A lot of fun. Tell us, for those who aren't familiar with Castle in the Clouds, tell us a little bit about what the castle is in general.
So Castle in the Clouds is a historic estate. It was the retirement retreat, essentially, of a gentleman named Thomas Plant, who made his millions in the shoe industry around the turn of the 20th century. When he retired in 1910, he purchased land in the Ossipee Mountains. He ended up with an estate of about 6,300 acres, and he built a 16-room mansion in an arts and crafts style on the side of the mountain, essentially. We have an absolutely phenomenal view of Lake Winnipesaukee and Gunstock, and it's just a really unique building itself and the story behind it, with Thomas Plant's journey from working class from Bath, Maine, to a essentially multi-millionaire, and then he actually lost his fortune. So we share the whole story with you at the castle.
I actually didn't know that last part. I didn't know he lost his fortune. That's an interesting part of the story.
He did. He was not the best with investing. He made some very poor investment choices and lost quite a bit of money, but was able to continue to live at Lucknow until he passed in 1941.
Oh, wow. So Castle in the Clouds, physically located in Moultonborough, New Hampshire. Right now, the plan as we go into summer, and everybody's plans are subject to great change as we go forward. But right now, you're looking at a delayed opening into July, right?
Yes. Right now, our opening is scheduled to be July 1st. We had to make the decision to delay because the safety of our visitors and our staff is our top priority, and we wanted to be able to really take the time to put together some temporary alterations to our visitor experience. So we're waiting to learn more about any local state mandates that come down, and then really keeping abreast of best practices and current industry trends so that we can create the safest and most comfortable experience for our visitors this season.
Yeah, I think it's a very fluid situation right now. Everybody's trying to gauge what exactly summer is going to be like, what the demand's going to be, what other health considerations. There's a lot going into this. So One thing, though, I like to do is before going to a place like Castle in the Clouds, you can go take these virtual experiences, learn, a lot about it, and then go experience it in person and, see some of the things that you saw online and see how it matches up to your expectations. Sometimes they're two totally different things.
Exactly.
Experiencing it in person and experiencing it virtually.
Yeah, and we hope that by experiencing some of these virtual offerings, it will entice you to come to our property and learn more of the deeper history behind it. Like I said, we're trying to give some behind the scenes tidbits with these videos that we're doing right now, because we have so much history that it would be impossible to share it all. We'd have to keep you all day in order to do that.
Right. And one of the things I like about the castle is you are touring this family's, summer retreat, but it's basically just a snapshot into, life of an era gone by. Granted, it was life at an elevated level, but you walk through his bathroom and you see what they were using for bath appliances and things like that. And you compare that to where we are now, talking over a Zoom meeting from miles away. And it just, I think kids too, especially, really appreciate that snapshot into to years ago.
Yeah, it's really nice, especially when we have multi-generational families come and visit us, to be able to compare their experience. If we've got grandparents that really remember a lot of the things that are in the house, down to the grandkids that are just blown away that there's no microwave in the kitchen. It's really fun to be able to see the conversations between families in the house. And our period of interpretation is really the 19-teens and the early 1920s, when Tom and Olive Plant were living in this home, kind of at their heyday, really enjoying the property and the natural vista around them.
This is good for families, for kids who want to take a virtual tour of Castle in the Clouds anytime, but also probably a good resource for teachers too, if they're looking for a little diversion for their class.
Yeah, I think teachers, parents, if you're looking for a little bit of local history to help fill in the homeschooling experience, there are definitely things that we can offer. We are hoping to expand our virtual offerings moving forward, and we actually would love to hear from teachers what we can do to help. I know the remote teaching has been a whole new world for all of you, so we would love to be able to help however we can.
All right, we are talking with Robin Sherman of Castle in the Clouds, Moulton Borough, New Hampshire. Anything else you want to get out there, Robin?
I think I just want to say thank you for having me. We are really looking forward to being able to invite people back to the property later this summer, and share our history in person.
All right. Robin Sherman, she's the curator and museum manager at Castle in the Clouds, Moulton Borough, New Hampshire. castleintheclouds.org is the URL, right?
Yes, and you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And the website is where you will find all the virtual offerings, videos, coloring pages, and a lot more. So, Robin, I want to say thank you for joining us. Stay safe out there. Stay well. And congratulations. We think we heard a little baby cooing in the background.
Yes.
Sounds beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. You're watching White Mountains TV.